Hey guys, today I'm bringing you a cute little Halloween wand that I created this week. I used the KSCRAFT spiderweb rosette die and then kind of went from there. So I wanted to show how I created the spiderweb rosette. This is made out of a thinner paper than what I used for my actual wand. I used Strathmore Bristol board for my wand. And you'll see that top piece up there. It is meant to be placed on the top of that spider web. I didn't use that. But look at the cutout this makes. Doesn't that look like tombstones or an awning? So I thought that would make a cute slimline card if you get it lined up. This is the paper I am currently using for the spiderweb rosette. It's a 60-pound cardstock. It's just average run of the mill. It's not any kind of favorite paper. It's just what I was using. And on the Bristol board, the little lines, I had to take my bone folder and the edge of a stamp backer and use that to get like a better score. Now here I'm just showing, if you're using battery operated tea lights, you could do this. It's wrapped around a tea light holder or stuck together, and if the little battery operated tea light's small enough, you could possibly fit it inside there. Wouldn't that be cute? I think that would make a nice glow in a room, but make sure you use battery operated. Here I am just folding, and I fold front, back. I kind of alternate. So like a zigzag pattern going towards yourself and away from yourself in order to get that to lay the proper way. And the best way to fold it is right there at the thicker piece of paper, and then go down to the bottom piece of web. It's just a little thinner down there at the bottom, but you can fold it either way. Just make sure to zigzag it so you get it in the proper direction. It is a beautiful die. It cut in one pass, and I just used my Sizzix tool to get all the little pieces out, which you could save as shaker pieces. They're almost a moon shape. Here, where you bend this piece, it's the piece that you attach to the other rosettes. You just bend it along that line, that perforated line, and I slowed it down so you could see. If you find something thin but sturdy, like that little stamp block, you can get a nice good score on it and bend it easily. You could also use your bone folder or a stylus or whatever you have handy that won't cut it and get a good score. So here are the three that I already put together. I used the larger die. They are both available at KSCRAFT on AliExpress, and you can choose which size you would like. So here I use my Barely Arts glue, and it dried really fast. On the wand with the Bristol board, I used my glue gun because the Bristol board is so sturdy, but I didn't need that sturdy of a glue for this thinner paper, so I used the Barely Arts glue, and it really dried in a flash. And just make sure after you glue it and it's dry, rebend it, because I would forget to do that and then have to kind of rebend it before I made the rosette. So just a fine bead, and it glues together and stays put. And I sit it aside I would sit it aside to let it dry before I actually tried to form it into the rosette, because it might pop loose. This is the Tim Holtz Costume Party die, and this is the Whimsy Bat by Memory Box die. I don't think that die is still available, but the Costume Party die is new this season, and I picked mine up, I believe, at Joann's. It's adorable. I have made the mummy into a memory dex card, which is on my Instagram channel, and now I've made the little Frankenstein monster into a wand, which I also posted on my Instagram, which is Raleigh Girl Design. And this is an older die by Sizzix. I think it's called Trick or Treaters, but the piece with the name on it was missing from my set. And these are from Michaels, and they're half glitter, half black cardstock bats, and that is the Surprise Creations die that I used as like the backer. And the paper is from, I think it's an Echo Park collection from this year. I will put it in the description. I cannot remember the name of that paper pack. This is how you fold it. Easiest pie. You can see how I had to refold where I put the glue on, and you just gather it together and kind of work your fingers through the ends of the web, and it just pops right down. Now, I typically do this on a silicone mat, and I put a dollop of glue on the silicone mat, and then I sit my rosette on top and kind of push it together into the glue. I didn't have my silicone mat because I had used that for another project in a different room. So I just used a stamp block, and it worked just fine. I could have used the craft mat I was working on, but I wasn't sure if it would stick to that or not. So I realized, oh, I didn't put any circles here to kind of make this rosette sturdy. So I will go back. That's a spatula from my Scan and Cut. And I will finish that off later, but it is secured with its little circle right there from just, I think I used a Scalloped circle die from Sizzix. And I will wind up reusing that die to put circles on this, so it just gives a base for the rest of the items to be glued to. And then my glue won't kind of seep down into the spiderweb rosette. But this is the die. It's from Sizzix, and it's a scallop circle die, nesting scallop circle. I think that is one that it's a staple they kind of keep in stock. I'm sure you can find them anywhere. That just happens to be where mine is from. So I kind of line that up the way I liked it, put a little hot glue on it, pop it down, and I did back that reversed scalloped circle piece from the Surprise Creation store with white Bristol board. So it was white on the back. Take my little Michaels glittered bat cutout, make sure he fits in between the two pieces, between the spiderweb and the backing, and just kind of sporadically place this. This is Gilt Eyelash by Yarn Bee from Hobby Lobby. And I just kind of place it down how it looks pretty, how it's just kind of sporadic and not real organized. And then I'll hot glue on top of it, and you can go back and secure things better once you're done. And you could actually add pieces, because if you see, I'm just gluing things from the very center, and then I can get in and out from the sides. So very simple, and that's just a piece of Recollections cardstock right there from their, what is that called? I'll think of the type of paper that is. The Trick or Treat is from the Sizzix Tim Holtz collection that I think is Trick or Treaters. I don't think it's available anymore, but they did come out with a die set this year that's a Vault Series 2021, and I think it's called Trick or Treat Vault Series 2021. If you like that design with all the little trick-or-treaters, which it makes a darling card in a flash. So this is the Frankenstein monster from the Sizzix Costume Party. And yeah, he's a little bit to put together, but I had fun doing it. If you like elaborate dies, you would like that. If not, get yourself a pre-made little something and just stick that right to the front. Now, I used 2 pieces of foam, my Wandy foam from Etsy, to raise him up, because the Trick or Treat is raised up on a single piece of black foam. So I needed to raise him up higher, and then only one piece where his hair is. So his head, because they were in 2 pieces, so that way his head will sit flush with the Trick or Treat. I would say for this, it was nice to have the Barely Arts glue on the Trick or Treat sign to allow me to move it around, but I put it on the back of the Frankenstein monster, and I should have used my glue gun, but I was just kind of, I had that glue in my hand and that's just what I was using. And when it came to the bat, I realized he is wiggling around way too much. I need to use hot glue. So here, just kind of bend that into a position where it's going to lay flat and glue that down. And like I said, it would have been easier if I had have used hot glue, but it worked fine on the trick or treat. The monster wiggling around was more of a problem than the trick or treat wiggling around. And I'm trying to think of the name of that paper. It's like a holographic paper by Recollections. And it's nice. It's like a spotlight behind him. It's really cute. And I used that same Surprise Creations reversed scallop circle die on that too. So these things come together really, really simply. And I have heard people, people have requested to do rosettes, and I'm going to do another rosette, that large rosette die from KSCRAFT. I'm going to do one because I want to do a wand with the 31 collection, but I really wanted to use the spider web and I had an idea, so I thought I will go ahead and just film this, see if it comes out, and use it. These little pumpkins are from Michaels as well, and they're just little pumpkin stick-on cabochons. They're in their release this year with all their Halloween goodies. So adorable. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but the back cutout, half the package is plain black cardstock and half is glitter black. Well, black back cardstock. So half's glitter and half is black. I chose a glittered one. I thought he would look cute flying up in the background. And he could have been done at this point, but I decided to add more to the back to just kind of make him really stand out. And he took just a tiny amount of hot glue, just kind of stick him down in there, and he was secured. The straw, the paper straw, is also from the Michaels Halloween release. And I believe they are only available online. And they're around $2, and you get purple and green and orange and black. They're really, really cute. So this is from Joann's. This kind of purple spider web mesh, and that's from their release this year. And I just thought, with the purple eyes on the monster and the purple trick or treat, I thought purple in the back would really make this pop and make him kind of stand out and make him larger. And you know me, bigger's better. I do like my little things, but bigger is better. And just so easy to put together. But as I was watching this while I was editing it and kind of trying to shorten it, because it took over an hour to assemble everything, this was probably the most time-consuming thing that I did. And I would say, if you fold it and clip it, then staple it, that might go faster. I don't know, but I think that would go faster. And even if the staple didn't hold that well, it would be pinched together with a staple. Then you could hot glue it down, and I think you would have a sturdy, kind of giant rosette looking piece. So I kind of cut off some of the hot gluing, but I wanted to show how I finished it up. And it's just very simply, just like folding a rosette, in and out, kind of pinching it together and just gluing it in the center. Now my hot glue gun is AdTech, and it has a high and a low setting. I was using the low setting, which is not that hot. It's warm, but if you're using it a lot, it's not really that warm, and it doesn't hurt to touch it. Now, if I had let it sit there for 20 minutes, yeah, that would probably burn me. But as much as I'm using that hot glue, no, it's a manageable warm temperature. And you could also get your little finger covers and use those, or use like your bone folder and then pick off any hot glue residue after you're done. But this turned out really cute. I was really happy with it, and I was thrilled to be able to use this fabric because I thought it was so pretty when I initially opened the box and was looking at it and showed it in my haul video. I thought, oh my gosh, I absolutely love this. It is so Halloween. So Now it's time to stick the final pieces together so it's secure to go behind the front piece of the wand. And I'm trying to think, I stick it down and then trim it up. No, I trim it and then I stick it down. So in order to avoid making a mistake and having it already stuck down, in hindsight, I would start behind the bat to make sure that was completely covered, but I didn't make a mistake, so that worked out good. And as you trim it and as you're working with it, you'll notice little spots that you think, oh, I want this up or I want this down, and just kind of pinch it and hot glue together. Regular tool might not work like this because this has those kind of metallic pieces of metal on there, and that allowed me to hot glue like metal to metal, or foil. It's a foil color. But it was easy. It turned out cute. It's very whimsical, and I cannot wait to find a spot for it once I get out all of my Halloween decorations, which I need to start doing this week. I grabbed a few and put a few out, and which delighted my daughter when she came home from school. But I really need to get on getting more out, and it just kind of get myself more in the mood. Which I don't know if I need to be put more in the mood for Halloween because I love it so much. The colors are so great. This, I just add more hot glue, center the main wand piece on there the way I liked it, and stick it down. And I'm pretty gentle with sticking it down. I don't know if it comes across that well, but I was pretty gentle when I was pressing because I didn't want like any of the little stitches to come off the Frankenstein head or anything like that. I didn't want to bend anything. But it's pretty sturdy for a wand. And I will put a backing on the back. I decided that I kind of wanted to clean up the back and just put a black piece using that same Surprise Creation die set, which I get a lot of use out of that. I like the kind of spotlight look that it makes, and I just like the shape of it a little bit better than a scallop circle. Although I do enjoy a scallop circle, I really like this one the best. It's just a little edgy. I like the crisp points on it. I think it's very nice. So put some hot glue on there and just center it up the best I can. I had to move it to get it in the light, and it's on there. Just gently tap it on there, and then I need to make a few little adjustments to get it just exactly the way I wanted it, and then I will add the little paper straw and stick that on there. Now, I did the bat's eyes were driving me crazy. It was like he was staring at me. So I wanted to give him some little pupils. But as I was messing with it, look, you could make crazy eyes with, I just thought that was so cute because it was like a permanent googly eye if you offset them. But these are just little, what are these? Little black enamel dots. And I picked them off of AliExpress. And they're very inexpensive. You get a big bag, and I just occasionally use them to do eyes. I think it's nice to have a little 3D effect. And these are from KSCRAFT, and they are little self-adhesive enamel dots, and they are glittery. They're like a really, really fine glitter inside them, which makes them sparkle. They're very pretty. I chose all of the lilac color. And I believe I put 5 on there, just scattered about. And I thought they really added a nice touch. I love having these on hand because once I get these little stickers out, I kind of start to put them everywhere. I just love them. And they do a lot of different colors and a lot of different releases, but I haven't been purchasing them long enough to know if they kind of discontinue colors, but I'm thinking they do. I know I look at it and I think it needs one more, and I add one down towards the bottom. And that's all set. So now it's time to do the straw. And I took the straw and placed it where I wanted it, And then I'll take my scissors to remind myself where I had it, because a lot of times I'll do that and then I'll get the hot glue put on it and then I'll forget, where did I want it? And then the hot glue dries. So I put a little hot glue on the top to kind of make the straw more sturdy so it wouldn't collapse, and then just put some on the outside and stuck it in, and it glued in beautifully. I'll flip it over and secure it, and I will get out more of my little gilt eyelash, black glittery yarn bee yarn from Hobby Lobby, and I'll tie a bow and tie a little extra tie, and it's done. Trim it up a little bit, and that's all it takes to make these adorable wands. It really just takes having a few of your favorite things laying out and the idea of where do I want these to go, and just placing them together in a fashion that you enjoy. So I hope this inspires people to get out their goodies and start playing. And honestly, I don't know if there's enough time right now. I've been getting things pretty quickly from AliExpress. So it's been taking somewhere between 2.5 to 3 weeks. But I don't know how quick things are running for other people. There's a hub near me, I think, that I'm getting lucky and starting to get my stuff quickly. So, and I think so many of us are ordering stuff that it's like speeding up the process, so that's great. So this is my cute little Frankenstein monster wand for Halloween, and I hope you guys decide to create your own little wands. Let me know if you do, and you guys have a great rest of your day, and as always, thanks for watching, and enjoy your crafting this year. Take some time, get out your goodies, and just carve out a little time for yourself. You guys have a great day. Happy Halloween, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.